For a long time, the premise has been that for developing countries to access financial resources, we have to develop a plan. The purpose of this video series is really to explore the hypothesis that climate investment plans is a necessary prerequisite to accessing resources. What we hope to learn from this video series is through the eyes and experiences of experts who have been involved. What have their experiences been in either working on directly climate investment plans or helping to devise them and raise resources? So let's delve into our conversation with our first interviewee, and that's Penny Herbst. Penny is, in my mind, one of the most iconic figures in energy finance and energy insights globally, and most certainly in South Africa. She's seen probably the gambit of plans, and I'm really privileged to have the discussion with her this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining the series, Penny.
Thank you, Chantal, and thank you so much for the generous introduction. I'll try and do it justice. I'm looking forward to this conversation and just unpacking for those that might watch this video some of the evolution of transition plans or climate investment plans, whatever you want to call them, because they've sort of changed over time, actually, the names of these plans, and they continue to, even the names continue to evolve. We've seen national development plans, we've seen long-term low-emission development strategies, we've seen nationally appropriate plans, NAMAs, and strategies, where we still kind of are struggling with in terms of all of these plans is what resources have actually been mobilized, over a period, extended period, going back to 2008, and we find ourselves now in 2025. That's almost 20 years. I think it's really useful to have these conversations and talk about some of those lessons that we've learned and what what the lexicon really means when we start talking about transition plans and the expectations of them.
So this video series is really to take us on a journey. We are doing them largely unscripted, and we're trying to find a story, but we're trying to learn through the story of others. So like Penny Herbst, in the next few episodes that are coming up, we're going to be speaking to a number of others, whether they're policymakers, civil society, or academics, just a group of people who have an interest and are actually open to the very question, is a plan a prerequisite for mobilizing resources? It's an assumption that we've held constant, but perhaps it is time to question all of these elements and understand it through the lens of people that have been involved in planning processes. If plans are to be effective to mobilize resources in the context and speed and vulnerability of the world that we find ourselves in, is there an evolution either of the plan or of how we demonstrate our needs or the processes that stand behind all of this to ensure that we have what we need when we need it at the quality that enables us to have a quality, dignified livelihoods, not just for from a climate perspective, from a development livelihood perspective.